Are you afraid to be unoriginal? Or perhaps it is that you are afraid of being perceived as unoriginal. And it is this that stops you from making the stuff you want to make. Let me explain. Let's say, for example, that you want to make a Minecraft retrospective video essay, and we both know there's hundreds of those on YouTube. So, it would be quite difficult to make yours one unique and original, right? Everything there was to discuss was already discussed, so why bother talking about that which was already talked about by others? Is there anything you can add to the conversation? But that's a wrong line of thinking. It places this duty of novelty upon you. A duty that is completely self-imposed, by the way, because no one expects it from you but yourself. Those essays are not clicked on for people to hear some completely new take on Minecraft. They are clicked on to hear something familiar, to hear how someone was forever changed by this game, how they came to know about it, and how they were shaped by it, and what it means to them. And if you ever watched a retrospective like that, you know I'm right. You don't watch it for novel takes on the game, but you watched it to bask in nostalgia pool for a bit. And there is a great, completely unoriginal template to create that nostalgic vibe in your essay. We've seen it over and over again. You open your video with a general statement about Minecraft as a cultural phenomenon. Then you go through a timeline of development and changes. Then you add your critique that usually consists of bashing the direction of the game is taking today. And then you shift to your personal history with the game. You discuss the community around the game. And you end up with a hopeful message along the lines of don't be sad that it's over, be happy that it happened. Curtain call. Applause. Absolute cinema. Is it original? Well, the idea is not, but the execution often is. These types of essays, although similar in structure, are rather unique from person to person, and as someone who has watched dozens upon dozens of those retrospectives, I can tell you one thing: authenticity. This is what makes these essays good. And this secret ingredient works with every type of creative output you can imagine, not just videos. If you really want to make something, but you are held back by the fact that it was made before, don't be discouraged. Do it. Do it in your own way, on your own terms. And my take is that it is bound to be original, just by the virtue of being filtered through a finely tuned instrument that is yourself. Now, speaking of authenticity, I think it is very important to discuss such dichotomy as external versus internal motivation. You are probably familiar with these terms, but to quickly summarize, external motivation would be something like getting good grades to satisfy your parents, for example, while internal motivation in the same context would be getting good grades as a byproduct of your curiosity in a given subject. You don't really care about the grade. Your goal is expanding your knowledge horizons, and it just happens that that comes with good grades. I deliberately phrase it like this because I want to tie it to another point, which is that external motivation won't serve you well in the long run, regardless of the success rate of the whatever it is you are doing. And it is internal motivation which may bring you those coveted external rewards as well. Let me explain. Let's say that you want to post your art on the internet. What are your motivations behind it? The external ones would be things like fame, money, views, likes, social media clout, etc. Internal ones would be artistic expression, collecting feedback to improve, building and sharing your own style. If you follow the external motivation path, the logical thing to do would be to study the popular trends at the time and desperately try to fit your art in that trend box, regardless of whether you like that box or not. And this may work. Maybe you will be blessed by the algorithm and become a somewhat popular artist. Now what? Well, you've turned your creative expression into a 9-to-5 job in a sense. Because now you have to do things that you don't really want to do to keep afloat. And maybe that's the goal for some people. That's perfectly fine. But the thing is, what if you fail? What if you compromise your art, you put it into a box, you follow the trends, and you still fail? You've sacrificed your creativity for material gains and it didn't work. That's a horrible situation, and more than that, you will hate the things that you've created. because they are alien and useless. They are not what you wanted to make and they don't bring you anything tangible. So every time you see them, it will be a painful reminder that you've spent a bunch of time on something worthless even to you, the one who created them. But what if you follow a different path, the one guided purely by your curiosity and wonder? Well, you will embark on a journey of exploration and discovery. You will map the uncharted waters of your imagination, and maybe it will bring you success in the process. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Or maybe there is no material reward on this path. Well, in that case, it still was an interesting journey, and you have your creations to remind you of it. Something that you cherish, something that you've put your love and effort in. And it may look a little rough at times, but you like it nonetheless, because it is yours, truly yours, something that came straight out of your imagination, unburdened by the expectations of others. Wouldn't that be wonderful? And to loop back to the question at the start of the video, are you afraid to be unoriginal? Don't be. Just create what you want to create, and you will make it in a way only you can. And hey, maybe someone will really like it the way you do it, and maybe that's the point of it all, to share the way we do things. Anyway, that's about it for this video. Take care, bye bye. Oh, you've made it to the end of the video. Thank you. Here's a little something as a reward, a little Easter egg. Here is a model that I finished this week. I really like how it turned out. It reminds me of Bionicle a little bit, if you had that as a child. It turns out I'm turning quite old. Bionicle is ancient war by this point. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Go and create something cool.